Hey, welcome back to Livin MN Outdoors, and thanks for tuning in to this week's fishing report. Want to start off this week's fishing report with the catch of the week. A huge congratulations to Kelsey on catching her first eel pout ever. She caught this beautiful eel pout up on Lake Winnibigoshish out of the Pines Resort. So congrats on that fish, and hopefully there's many more in your future. But with that being said, let's dive into today's report. All right, this week we're going to start up on Lake Winnibigoshish. I talked to Chad from the Pines Resort today. He said that the bite one day will be good and the next day it'll be slow. With all this mixed weather, things have been kind of off, but hopefully with this warm front coming this coming weekend, things are going to settle back in and those fish are going to be snapping. Now, as far as ice conditions, they have 20 inches and up. There is no vehicle or wheelhouse restrictions out there, so everyone is welcome to bring any truck or wheelhouse combination. Now, walleye fishing. As far as where to find those walleyes, the best depth has been anywhere from 18 to 26 feet of water. The bottom edges of structure have been the best, but they have been finding them out on some of the flats as well. Now, as far as what's working best to catch those walleyes, a plain red hook, size 4 with a fat head or a rainbow has been producing a ton of fish. And then if you're gonna jig, I recommend using the pink and white coffin spoon by Northland Tackle. That's how I've caught most of my walleyes up there this year. And even if they don't hit that buckshot spoon, it calls them in and they will bite your rattle reels. Now, as far as perch fishing goes, they are finding perch anywhere from 9 feet to 22 feet of water. Like I said last week, the deeper you find them, the bigger the perch tend to be. But in shallower in that 9 to 15 feet of water, there is still plenty of those 9 to 10 inch perch as well. Now, there's a ton of northern pike out there. If they're underneath your wheelhouse, it is absolutely going to shut your bite down. So if you see a pike on your camera, put something down there, try and catch that pike or scare it away. And there is some really nice pike out there. Chad also said that the eel pout bite has been really good as of recent. So if you want to get out there, try and catch an eel pout. Those tend to be out a little bit deeper with the walleyes, and they're catching those overnight. Now, as far as the road system goes, they are still continuing to expand the road system. They said by this weekend they're hoping to be plowed all the way over to Stony Point, which is all the way across the lake. So there is a ton of area to fish out there, lots of virgin territory that nobody's fished yet. So come on up this weekend and do some fishing. Now, the Pines Resort, they have a full bar and restaurant. They are currently out of bait. So Chad said make sure you stop on your way up and load up on bait because they are having a tough time getting that bait. If you're looking to rent a cabin, they do have some weekend and midweek availability. So go ahead, check in with Chad and get a cabin booked if that's what you're looking to do. So if you guys are looking to get up to Lake Winnibigoshish this coming weekend, go ahead and call Chad from the Pines Resort. All right, moving over to zupsguideservice. If you guys are looking to rent a wheelhouse out on Lake Winnibigoshish, Scott does not have a ton of availability, but he does have some. February 14th to the 17th and February 20th through the 24th. So if you can work that into your schedule to fish during the week on those days, go ahead and call Scott, get that booked up, and have yourself a blast. Now, Scott is also taking reservations for the open water season, so if you want to get on some of them Lake Winnie walleyes open water, book that trip with zupsguideservice as soon as possible, and you will have fun fishing with Scott. So, if you're looking for a wheelhouse or to book an open water trip out on Lake Winnie, go ahead and call zupsguideservice. All right, now moving over to Mille Lacs Lake. I talked to Jeff from Castles Resort today. They have anywhere from 20 inches and up on ice. They have done away with their zones out there, and they are allowing any vehicle and wheelhouse combinations anywhere on their road system. Now, Jeff told me they did a ton of expansions on their road system, and with doing so, they got on a really good perch bite out there. So if you guys are looking to get on some 10, 11, 12, even 13-inch perch, Castles Resort might be a good choice for you this coming weekend. Now, as far as the walleye bite goes, he said that has been a little bit slower. He said there are people catching a ton of 5 to 10-inch walleyes, with a few of those nice walleyes mixed in too. Best ways to catch those perch and walleye: plain red hook, fathead, rainbow, shiner. For some of the bigger walleyes, they're getting them on some small pike suckers or shiners if you can find them. And the best step for that has been that 18 to 24 feet of water. Now, Castles Resort, they do have live bait. They can fill your propane tanks for your wheelhouses. They're going to have another contest this coming weekend. If you're looking to rent a fish house, they do have day houses, wheelhouses, skid houses. They can accommodate all of that. They have cabins up on shore. So if you want to go stay up on Mille Lacs Lake out of the Isle Bay area, go ahead and call Castles Resort and book one of those up. So if you guys are looking to get up to Mille Lacs Lake out of the Isle Bay area, go ahead and call Castles Resort. Okay, now moving over to Leech Lake. I talked to the guys from Horseshoe Bay Lodge today. They told me that they have anywhere from 17 inches of ice and up. They said on their roads they have quite a bit more than that, but if you wander off the roads, you're going to find some of that 17-inch ice out there. So just be careful with what you're off-roading with up there. Now, as far as fishing goes up there, they did tell me that the fishing has been a little bit slower for perch and walleyes. That could be because the mayfly larvae are starting to hatch up there, which always slows the bite down some, but I haven't heard of any widespread hatches yet. Now, with this warmer weather coming this weekend, that could really pick up the bite again, and hopefully you guys can get on some really nice perch and walleye. Now, as far as where to find those fish, he said perch and walleye 17 to 23 feet of water. He said still dead sticks with glow red, glow orange, or a plain red hook. Tip that with a rainbow or fathead, and that's how they're picking up most of their fish. Now, he did say that to increase your odds significantly, you should jig during those high percentage hours. So right after sunset, right before sunrise, draw those fish in. Whether they hit your jigging rod or not, it will draw them in, and they probably will bite your rattle reel or dead stick lines, and you will be a lot more successful if you put some time in jigging. Now, as far as the eel pout bite goes, that is still going really good. He said that 22 foot or deeper on those sharp breaks with the contour lines really close together, that's where they're picking up most of those eel pout. Heavy glow spoons, heavy glow jigs, close to the bottom, that's where they're picking up those eel pout. So if you want to catch some of them, use those tactics and you probably will be successful. Now, the hot bite, tulipy and whitefish. They are absolutely hammering the tulipy and whitefish up there right now. He said anywhere from 22 feet and deeper. They're finding them out on the mud basins. And the best tactic for that is tie on a thin, shiny spoon, remove the treble hook, tie on a 12 to 18-inch leader with a small tungsten jig, tip that with larva, waxworms, or a plastic, and jig that for those whitefish and tulipy. Now, he told me that this past weekend they even had some whitefish come in that were 25 to 26 inches. They believe one might have contested with the state record, but they released that one and did not get a measurement on it. So if you guys want to get up there for the whitefish and tulipy bite, now's the time to get up there. Stop in at the office, talk to them. They'll point you in the right direction. That is a lot of fun catching those fish. So get up there while that bite is still on fire. Now, Horseshoe Bay Lodge, they have cabins, they have condos, hotel rooms. They have a full bar and restaurant, hot tub, swimming pool, all of that good stuff. So whatever you're looking for, they can help accommodate you up there. So if you're looking to get up to Leech Lake this coming weekend, go ahead and call Horseshoe Bay Lodge. Now, if you're looking for a wheelhouse out on Leech Lake, we recommend Only Outdoors. Tanner runs a great operation. He's got really nice wheelhouses out there, and they have been producing pretty decent fish. Now, he does have some availability, so go ahead, call him, get that booked as soon as possible, and enjoy your time out on Leech Lake. Now, if you're looking for a guide trip up on Leech Lake Guide Team LLC, George Wells is running most of the trips this winter. He has been having a ton of success, whether it's walleye and perch, bluegills, crappies, burbot, pike, whatever you want to chase, he can help you get on them. So go ahead and check out Leech Lake Guide Team LLC on Facebook or on their website. All right, guys, well, that's going to do it for this week's fishing report. If you get out fishing this coming weekend, take some pictures. And if you want to be entered into the catch of the week or just be featured on next week's fishing report, send those pictures in to livinmnoutdoors@gmail.com or send them over Messenger on Facebook, and we will get you in next week's fishing report. Remember, when you're out there, respect other fishermen, don't crowd your neighbor, pick up your trash, but most importantly, don't forget to get on out there and get living.